card today. This is, pardon the loud motorcycle, this is my first reading. I'm very excited, and I have 3 piles today, so I'm going to get started. We have 3 piles here. The first one has an oracle card with the word love. The second one, wisdom. And the third one, hope. I'll hold up each pile so that we can see what is there. There is a dice, or a die rather, on the first pile with the number 3. There she goes. And the first card is enhance. The third card in the deck is the 6 of Wands. And the third card for pile 1 is love. So if you feel called to this pile, there will be a timestamp in the description box below. You can click on that timestamp and that will take you straight to this pile. For the second pile, we have the number 5. We have magic for the second pile. We have the 10 of Cups as well for the second pile. And the final card for the second pile is wisdom. Beautiful cards. Okay, and for the third pile, we have a die with the number 4. I don't think that's going to show up very clearly, but we can see very fuzzily that it's the number 4. And the first card of pile number 3 is abundance. Such a beautiful card. The second card for pile number 3 is the magician. Very shiny card. And then for the third card of pile number 3, we have hope. Such a sweet guy. Okay. Depending on what pile you felt drawn to, depending on the cards, or if you like to pick with the dice, there's a timestamp for you down in the description box, so please go click on that timestamp. If you feel called to more than one pile, that is totally fine too. You can pick one or none, or as many piles as you'd like. There's no wrong way to do this, really, and I will see you there. Welcome pile number 1! If you chose this pile, you chose the number 3. You chose the card that says enhance. The 6 of Wands. And love. I'm going to set these cards out for you and pull a few more that I have ready for you to clarify these cards and also see what other messages are coming through for this pile today. If you chose pile number 1, you also have the Sun. This is a freaking cool ass card. I really love this one. I have a few decks, but I definitely pick favorites, don't tell them. Okay, to clarify, enhance up here we have Temperance. And I will definitely go into all of the meanings of these cards once I get them all laid out for you. We have the Sun clarifying the Six of Wands. I saw a hummingbird today, actually. They're coming out now that it's warm, and it's very, very sweet to see them. Clarifying love, we have Strength. That's gorgeous. Clarifying the Sun, we have Love. Another card. Oop, she's fallen. Another card about love. I'm very excited to get into these messages to find out more and see what they mean. Clarifying each of these piles, we have the High Priestess. Looks like my cat. Clarifying the Sun, we have the Eight of Crystals. Very strong. I feel called to move these cards here. I feel like that Eight of Crystals is more so clarifying the High Priestess, but I will look more into that. And then the bottom of the deck, we had the Ace of Wands. But in this deck, it's the Ace of Acorns. I'm hearing you could be an Aries or a Taurus. I'm trying to remember if the ram, I believe the ram is Aries and the bull is Taurus, so you could have Aries in your chart. Or you could know someone with Aries placements. Aries is also just a sign of creativity and passion, spark, and drive. So you may be starting a creative project right now. You may be bouncing a few ideas around in your head that you may want to get started on, but I don't know, I'm picking up on this energy here that something might be holding you back, or you might be second guessing yourself as to whether this project is worth the time, worth the energy. It seems like this idea that you have, that you're moving forward on, or that you're wanting to move forward on here, you're wanting to bring this into fruition. Perhaps a celebration of sorts, or something that would be worth celebrating, because it would require, I'm hearing diligence and hard work to be put into. I'm also seeing here a lot of green and purple, so this project could be very close to your heart, because I associate the color green with the heart, and I associate the color purple with our intuition and higher knowledge. So you could have had an idea in your head for a while, or an idea in your heart that you've been wanting to move forward on for some time. You just had this gut feeling that it would drive you to a place of, I'm hearing feeling more at home in yourself, but also feeling more balanced and harmonious in your current circumstances, maybe in your current environment even. I'm hearing if you feel called to celebrate yourself right now, no matter what point you are at in your journey, do it. Do it. There is, I'm hearing no excuse. Just go celebrate yourself for no reason. Go maybe practice inner child healing if you feel called to. I love the Sun card because it reminds me of, well, one, our inner child, and two, just such vibrant joy and vitality. Maybe pursuing your creative projects or passions, or I'm hearing even a new job, a new environment, will allow more joy to be brought into your energy, brought into your space, brought into your life. With the Love card here, I'm really getting the sense that this could be something that you have been wanting to do since you were a child, maybe a creative idea that you had as a kid that got put on the back burner because life got in the way, or you were told that that's not worth pursuing, maybe by outside circumstances, maybe people in your environment were telling you that this wasn't worth pursuing. But I feel like this gut feeling, your inner child, whatever you want to call it, is really kind of pushing you to go for it. Yeah, he's so lit up here in this card. Allow more of your playful side to unhearing to shine through, especially if you are pursuing a creative endeavor or just hoping to be more playful and less serious in your life in general. Not even to the extent that you're not serious in any aspect of your life, just in the sense that you are allowing yourself to rest, to relax, to have fun, because you might be in an energy, or you were, of I need to work, I need to dedicate all of my time and energy to my responsibilities, I need to prioritize my stability, and this could have been to please the people in your environment or the people who might have put high expectations on you. This could also just be you're putting high expectations on yourself, or you used to. You could be moving out of that energy and finding the courage to pursue what truly makes you happy, what pours into your energy rather than what may have been depleting it. I'm also hearing that when we do pursue our joy, when we go after what really makes us happy, what we feel called to do, it gives us the endurance to really strive for it, really put in the time and energy that it takes. But it's an equal give and take, it's reciprocal, unlike maybe past circumstances that you've had where you would put in a lot of work and you would not be getting a whole lot back. I'm hearing getting jack shit back. Maybe some of you have worked service jobs, or jobs that just weren't very fulfilling, jobs that maybe drained the crap out of you and we're just kind of sucking the life out of you. I'm hearing. I just heard someone, I'm next to a car dealership, I just heard someone yell, so maybe you got to the point where you were finally like, I am done. We're done. We're not doing this anymore. And yeah, I'm just hearing you couldn't take it anymore. You wanted to get out of that energy, out of that environment. And this really may have led you to reflect on, what is it that brings me joy? What is it that would light up my life, would allow me to grow and elevate out of maybe some limiting beliefs that you could have put on yourself, or that your environment put on yourself, that you continued to believe, that maybe you didn't even realize you were still believing in, could have been subconscious. Like a limiting belief, for example, could have been, I need to work hard in order to receive, I need to burn myself out in order to get back, I don't know, a crumb. The bare minimum. But I'm really getting the sense here that we're moving out of that energy. We are, or you are rather, I don't know, we all are. I feel like coming out of that space and really seeing with our own eyes that when we build new foundations, when we get to the root of the problem, like those limiting beliefs, we can really ascend and elevate our perspectives to something greater, something that would lead to greater fulfillment, physically, mentally, emotionally, spiritually, you know, what have you, and come to this place of greater love for ourselves. And this card says choice and trust, and I always like to interpret that as choosing your peace, choosing love, choosing to go toward where you feel called to intuitively, from a place of love, from a place of joy, that is leading you to your peace, choosing to do that and trusting that decision. Trusting that decision because you know it will lead to love, you know it will lead to your fulfillment here. And with the bottom of the deck being the Ace of Wands, or in this case the Ace of Acorns, you're kind of being called to go at it full force. I mean, with exceptions, of course, like, going after what you want unapologetically is what I'm hearing. Definitely having patience with yourselves and taking it day by day and baby steps when you need to, but just really pouring more of your time and energy into what lights you up creatively, what brings you confidence, what leaves you feeling empowered. That's going to fuel this project, this idea, this maybe just new way of being. You're being called to creatively express yourself more, and maybe you're in the energy of already doing this and letting that come through fully without fear of how others may perceive that. Because when others perceive us standing in our joy, our peace, our love, and they have a negative perception of that, that's a reflection of them. That's not a reflection of us, our worth, our value in any way, shape, or form. I'm going to clear these out of the way because I had a few more cards that I am really excited to dig into as well for this pile. Just a few messages to close out this reading here for you, pile one. I have some cards from Angels for the Modern Mystic. That's the name of the deck. This is the first one that I pulled for your pile, and I'll flip them around, but I wanted to show the pictures first because I just think this art style is absolutely incredible, and I really love the attention to detail. Those winding roads up here on the mountains are bringing me this message of, you might have a lot of ideas in your mind about, and maybe your heart too, about where you would like to go, what you would like to pursue, different avenues that you could go down, and you're weighing those options. You're considering quite a few things possibly right now in your life, maybe doing some reevaluation and self-reflection too. But what I'm really being called to focus on in this card the most is the ginormous, gigantic sun in the background. That's what's on the horizon. No matter what path you choose to go down, as long as you're following your joy and your peace, your gut, what have you, you cannot fail. If you embody your fulfillment, you are your fulfillment. You will be living a fulfilled life, and I'm feeling called now to read the back. Yeah, this card is about choice. Decide to do the right thing. It's easy to feel that you have no choice, that you are a victim of circumstance or ruled by your feelings. The Angel of Choice is here to remind you that you always have a choice. If someone upsets or disappoints you, you can choose how do you react. And if you are feeling sad or angry, this does not mean you are a sad or angry person. You are not your thoughts or your feelings. You get to choose how you think or feel. My apologies, I got cut off. My camera decided to stop recording, so I'm going to start where I believe the camera cut out. Take the time to be still so you can understand and learn from your emotions as they flow through you. Carefully consider your options and make choices for your highest good and the good of those around you. Every instant of your life you are making choices. A lot of the time these choices are unconscious. You don't take the time to think about them because it's what you have always done. Yeah, I'm hearing autopilot, being on autopilot. From now on, let your angels help you become fully aware and deeply conscious of your choices. Ask yourself if this is what your soul wants and if it will make you and others happy. Yeah, I was really getting that with your reading, and don't mind the word angels if that is not something you subscribe to, if that's not a belief or ideology that you are comfortable with. You definitely do not have to resonate with that. Just this idea of choice in general, deciding what feels right to us rather than what may feel right to others, based on what we know to be true to ourselves rather than how we may feel or think about that decision. Because maybe we could want to pursue a new path or avenue or job in life, or maybe just a new state of being, and maybe others around you aren't supporting that, or maybe I'm hearing negative self-talk isn't supporting that. Sometimes our egos do not always support us in the best ways, and that could be because of self-sabotaging or just limiting beliefs in general, and that can lead us to feel like a sad or an angry person if we are constantly stuck in our heads. We're overthinking, which can lead to just these uncomfy energies of sitting in that sadness, sitting in that anger of not knowing where we want to go and just feeling stuck, like there's nothing we can do. But that is an illusion. When you're outside of those feelings, when you are just in a state of flow, doing what truly allows you to feel fulfilled, you are doing the right thing. You are making the right choice for yourself. And it doesn't matter what the freak your ego thinks or what the freak anybody else thinks about it. Yeah, that's what I'm getting from this card. The next card that I got for you, pile 1, was this card right here. This I'm trying to remember what the back said. I'll flip it over and find out, but I think this is such a gorgeous card. I really like how the water is flowing through his heart center, and then behind his shoulders there, I like to think of the shoulders as being a place where a lot of our stress and anxiety can weigh us down, and I'm being called to the expression water off a duck's back. So maybe you're releasing, like I said, a lot of those limiting beliefs right now, a lot of maybe others' perceptions of your decisions, or even just your ego's perceptions of decisions that you're wanting to make, and just letting that flow right off to the past where it belongs. Maybe you're getting into a greater state of flow right now. You're connecting the dots as to what works for you and what doesn't, and you're allowing that to inspire you to create new ideas for yourself, whether that's new ideas on ways of being, ways of living, through our habits and routines, maybe thought patterns too. Let's flip it over and see. Ooh, creativity. Rediscover your spark. Yeah. You may think that creativity is confined to art, writing, music, and so on, but it's so much more expansive. Creativity is seeing ideas. Yeah, even patterns, routines, habits. I got off track. I'll keep reading. Hidden connections and possibilities in the world around you. It is your spark, who you are, your uniqueness. If you're currently on autopilot, or don't feel you have anything special to offer, it's high time you rediscovered your spark. Ask creativity to bring a burst of imaginative energy into your life and raise your vibration. Remember that you are an utterly unique miracle of DNA, just bursting with original, untapped creativity that reveals itself in everything you think, say, and do. I'm being called to say that if you are feeling stuck right now, allow that energy to move through you. Our emotions are oftentimes our greatest teachers, and they're here to tell us something in order for us to learn how we can make changes to better ourselves. Our bodies are always on our side. We are always in control. We may not be in control. In fact, we are not in control of anything else around us. We're only in control of ourselves. And part of that is really listening to our bodies, really listening to our emotions. If we feel like we're doing the same thing over and over and over, oh my gosh, that just feels like the worst. So maybe inviting more of, or just exploring in general, what is fun, what lights you up, what really brings your creativity back. If you're an artist, you could be having a creative block right now, or you're coming out of that and you're really tapping into this potential that you didn't even know was there. That could be really exciting you right now. And the last part of this card says, if you aren't sure how to tap into your creativity, start recalling your dreams. See what messages your night visions are sending you. Suspend disbelief. Unleash your imagination. Let your mind wander and trust that your visionary creative power will effortlessly flow towards what is uplifting. Say less. That's beautiful. And then the last card I have for you today, pile 1. This was a beautiful reading. Is this gorgeous, gorgeous card right here. I'm noticing on her shirt are a bunch of Saturns. And Saturn is the parent planet. If you subscribe to astrology beliefs, you definitely don't have to, but I associate Saturn with responsibility and dedication and commitment to work, or I mean, what I was really getting for you was pursuing new routines, new ways of being in general, and that could definitely have to do with creativity. With the star here, and the moon, yeah, I just feel like what you're going after, what you're being called to go after, what's lighting you up, what your gut is telling you, is really allowing you to shine brighter, stand in your authenticity unapologetically, in a way that is so empowering, not just to yourself, but to others around you, and you may not even notice that at times. And these changes, with the feather being in the pocket of the moon, these changes are divinely protected. What's meant for you is always for you, and nothing can change that. And she's looking up. She's looking upwards, forwards even. I'm hearing. Yeah, maybe coming into these new ways of being means having to let go of old thought patterns, old habits, old routines, maybe old beliefs about yourselves and about the world, to allow this new energy and experiences, to allow these new energies and experiences to come in. I think that's what I'm getting for now. I'm gonna see what's on the other side of this card. Aha! Purpose. Become a shooting star. If you don't know what you should be doing with your life or what the best path forward is, ask purpose to help you find your spark. When nothing makes sense or feels clear, allow them to remind you that meaning isn't necessarily found in your career, your relationships, or your hobbies. It's about living every moment to the full. Oh my gosh, what was I just saying, guys? Being transformed into these new ways of being, these new habits, these new routines, introducing these into your life, having that bring more joy. Maybe that's allowing you to feel more fulfilled. Maybe part of these new routines and habits and thought patterns and beliefs even too are allowing you to feel more grounded and more present. And that's where the fulfillment's at. that's where the passion's at. That's where the good stuff is at, being in the present moment, because nothing else exists outside of that. I think when we start to feel unfulfilled, it's really because we're either too much in the past or too much in the future, or at least that's where our focus is. When we're not existing now, maybe what you're hoping to pursue, what you're stepping into, hasn't fully come to fruition yet, and you're setting up these expectations or beliefs that don't even exist yet. And for those of you that feel you're more stuck in the past, maybe that's where the self-sabotage and negative self-talk can come in. I'm hearing, well, if this is how it went in the past, and this is how my circumstances have always been, that's how they'll always continue to be. And that is, that's a rigid mindset I'm hearing that you are moving out of. You may be moving into more of a growth mindset, where you're believing, okay, I may not know this now, I may not have mastered this yet, but I plan to. I desire to, and you know what? That's enough. That is enough. And we are enough, we are whole, regardless of what we do, what we put our energy towards, how we think, how we act, how we behave. We are just whole and enough because we are human beings on this planet. Plain and simple. The last paragraph on this card says, finding the extraordinary in the ordinary, savoring the power of the present, knowing you are not alone and that everyone is connected by love is what gives life direction and purpose. Oh, that's beautiful. To reconnect with your loving spark, set aside some time for stargazing. Oh my gosh, that's what she's doing. Yeah, really make time to think about what your dreams are, what lights you up, what you think will allow you to shine, and really get creative. Really get creative. Because you're allowed to. To reconnect with your loving spark. I totally read the sentence already. Look up at the night sky and allow feelings of awe to remind you that you are a child of this universe, no less than the trees and the stars. Oh, just what I was saying, guys. You are enough. Just as you are in this moment. It doesn't matter what part of your journey you're at. It doesn't matter where in this life you are at, what age you are, what you have, what you don't have. You're just enough and you're whole right now, in this present moment. Your purpose is to live your precious life, to learn and evolve from every experience, and to reconnect to the loving and infinite energy within and all around you. Oh, enough said. Okay, Pile 1, I'm gonna leave this here. What a beautiful reading. I am so grateful to have connected with your energy today in this moment with you. I really hope that these messages resonated. If you feel called to, please reach out, whether through the comments or through my email in the description box, and let me know what this reading meant to you, how you feel you connected with the energies that I channeled today. I have one last bit of channeling to do, and it is not with cards, it is with a book I found recently at a book barn at my public library. There is a book I found called Water Dance by Thomas Locker, and I'm going to flip to a random page to see what messages may be here for you. I thought it would be a fun way to channel one last message for the piles, just to see what comes up. I'll show the words first and then the picture. Drawn upward by warm sunlight in white silver veils, I rise into the air. I disappear. I am the mist. Oh, that's beautiful! Okay, here is the picture. I don't know how well it will come up, but what I'm really getting from this message here is a sense that these limiting beliefs these past habits and thought patterns that were holding you back, they're flowing away from you now, like the mist. They are rising into the air, and something better is taking its place. I'm hearing so many birds. Oh my gosh, maybe your heart is finally starting to, or will soon be, but I'm sensing this is already happening within you, is starting to sing again, is starting to feel just the joy of living. And I'm so excited for you, pile one. Oh, that's further confirmation. I don't know if you heard that loud bird, but oh my gosh, get excited. I'm excited for you, pile one. Thank you so much for joining me today. I hope to see you again soon. Bye for now. What a weird wave. That was a little bit of a funky way to say goodbye. Toodles. Okay, I'm done. Pile two, if you're here, hello, this is your reading. Oh wow, this energy is very spunky. I love it already. Okay, if you chose pile 2, you chose the die with the number 5. 5s to me, at least from what I've briefly studied about numerology, represent change and transformation. Maybe you are making changes in your life currently, or maybe your circumstances are changing in a new way. The card you also have here is magic. So maybe these changes are feeling pretty magical. Maybe they are bringing more color to your life. The green is so vibrant in this card, and the yellow is too, and green always reminds me of the heart space, and yellow to me represents self-empowerment, self-confidence, stepping into greater joy and fulfillment. And maybe that joy and fulfillment that you're stepping into, that is coming into your life, is really connected to your heart space, your joy, your desires. I'm really eager to tap into your other cards, pile 2. I have the 10 of Cups here, which is, holy cow, a beautiful card. This is ultimate emotional fulfillment right here, ultimate fulfillment in general, I would say, but cups typically have to do with our emotions. So maybe I'm hearing you could be setting more boundaries in your life, having to do with protecting your peace, protecting your emotions. Maybe you're becoming more emotionally aware or mature. I'm also hearing disciplined. And you could also just be pouring more of your time and energy into yourself, what you find fulfilling, rather than responsibilities that don't reciprocally pour back into you. Anything that may be draining you right now that doesn't feel like magic is not something that you're focused on at this time, I'm hearing. And with the last card here being wisdom, you could really be listening to your intuition right now, your gut feelings, or your higher self. You may be elevating to higher perspectives. I'm hearing what you may have seen as fulfilling before is beginning to shift and change. And maybe beliefs about yourself are beginning to shift and change as well. Maybe what you saw as I'm trying to figure out what word I want to say. I'll just use this one since it's not coming to me at the moment, but maybe it will later in the reading. What used to feel like magic before maybe isn't. Oh, what used to feel fulfilling is no longer feeling fulfilling, and you are exploring new avenues, new maybe hobbies, passion projects, new routines, ways of being. maybe new environments too, that you feel called towards intuitively, that feel like new magic, that feel like bliss, really. That's the word I think I was looking for. That just bring you a greater sense of purpose too, I'm also hearing. I'm gonna get into your cards because this is such an interesting energy. I'm picking up that, like, it's on the tip of my tongue, so maybe you're just about to reach this point of an epiphany. I'm also hearing a reckoning, but not in a bad way. Like, that's such a strange message. Like, in the sense that this is long overdue. This has been a long time coming. Your joy has been a long time coming. Like, you have worked for this. This has been in the works for some time, and you will soon be reaping the rewards, because you'll reach a point where you're like, aha, that's where the magic is. That is where my joy is. That is what I'm moving towards, because intuitively I feel called to move there. Ah, what a passionate, powerful energy, pile 2. Holy cow. A card you have here is the Queen of Cups. Yeah. Yeah. Big time. You are pouring into yourself. You are showing yourself greater compassion, greater grace. You're planting new seeds, and new beginnings are starting to sprout and grow because of the work you've put into maybe self-reflection, maybe self-empowerment. You could be, I'm hearing, making physical changes as well. You could be a dancer, or someone who likes to exercise, or someone who sees themselves as wanting to practice some sort of movement, whether that's yoga, whether that's going for more walks outside, or whether that's for just stretching for a little bit each morning or each night before you go to bed. In some form or another, you are putting passion into self-care. That's beautiful. That's where the real joy and fulfillment I'm hearing is coming from, is how you choose to honor yourself. Damn. Damn, damn, damn. Okay, I'm really excited to see what your other cards are now. I'm going to put out a few tarot cards that I pulled for you earlier, pile 2, and show you each as I put them down, and then I'm going to see what messages come through for you. I have the King of Feathers here, and the words below say logic and justice. Interesting, interesting, interesting. The Emperor is the second card that I got for you, pile 2. If it'll focus. Come on, baby. The Emperor, focus and stability. Six of Acorns. Success and triumph. Oof. Ooh, that's powerful. Oof in a good way. Never oof in a bad way. Queen of Crystals. Well, sometimes oof in a bad way, but not for this pile. Queen of Crystals, comfort and prosperity. Oh, what a sweet hedgehog. I love her. Let's see what else came through. Ah, okay, okay. I see. The Four of Feathers, sanctuary and rest. For the other pile, I had the cards really neat, and for this one they're a little bit more chaotic and messy, but I'm hearing that that's kind of on purpose for this pile, because you may be becoming comfortable with the imperfect, with maybe personal flaws or things you believe and perceive as flaws that are just part of what make us human, and you are learning to feel comfortable in the uncomfortable. Embrace the beautiful chaos that is life. Oh, that's awesome. The Four of Feathers is clarified by the Three of Feathers here, and in regular tarot decks, feathers would typically be swords, which have to do with communication, and our intellectual side. So I'm really getting here, honestly, that you're putting to bed maybe some negative self-talk that was holding you back. Some negative beliefs that were either pushed onto you or that you came to believe about yourself that you feel are no longer true. And they probably are definitely totally not true, especially if they're negative. Because the Three of Feathers here is about release and recovery. So you may be recovering from... I'm hearing a heartbreak or a pain that may have been caused by someone else, an environment, an old belief, or this could simply have to do with how we contribute to our own suffering, right? How we allow our habits, routines, patterns, thought patterns especially, to keep us stagnant, keep us stuck, keep us in a state of uck. I felt called to rhyme. That's awesome. And you're putting that to bed. You're like, shush. I'm gonna rest, because I deserve to rest, and I'm gonna nurture myself like a bear. I don't know why that message came through, but it did. Maybe you're in a period of hibernation. Maybe you're taking more time for yourself, and maybe you've never done that before and it feels uncomfortable, but you're learning to get comfortable with the fact that that's uncomfortable. Maybe pouring into yourself, doing the things that bring you joy, that bring you fulfillment and peace. Maybe it's uncomfortable for you to do those things that make you happy because you've never really done that before, but I'm hearing you're kind of forcing yourself to anyway, in a gentle way, in a loving way, not in a demanding way, just in a tough love kind of way. Like, okay, we're gonna go after our fulfillment, even if it feels weird, even if it feels kind of different than what we normally do. I promise it's gonna be way better than what we were doing before. Yeah, that's a message for someone. And the bottom of the deck, I got the Ace of Feathers, and the words below say mental clarity and foundation. Yeah, maybe you could have been repeating a pattern so often through a habit or a routine, or allowed yourself to stay stuck in an environment for so long. And I'm hearing that's not for everyone. If a message doesn't sound right to you, it's probably for someone else. But if you are resonating with this, maybe for a while you had old foundations that served you at the time, but you came to realize are no longer serving you now, and you gained the clarity you needed to come out of that and move forward into greater joy, fulfillment, and rest. With the King of Feathers here, with logic and justice, maybe you were letting your mind really beat you up and tell you, we need to dedicate all our time and energy into our commitments, our responsibilities that may not have been fulfilling, but now you're coming to this energy of being more strategic, being fair to yourself. With the word justice here, I'm really getting the sense that you're very fair to others, but you started to recognize that you weren't giving that same fairness to yourself in the time and energy that you chose to give, and you're recognizing logically, even if you don't feel it or believe it yet, you're recognizing logically that you deserve to receive too. And that will begin to develop as a belief and a true feeling, if it does not already. Just by thinking that, I'm hearing will manifest in other senses as well. And with the Emperor here, with focus and stability, yeah, you could be really focused right now on building new foundations, new ways of being that feel more stable to you. Maybe you were building foundations before that appeared stable to others, that served the stability of others, but didn't serve the stability of you. And I'm hearing this has to do more internally, like maybe your central nervous system was so out of whack, so out of balance because you were building foundations that weren't true to you. Those may have come crumbling down, or you're beginning to dismantle them, and you're putting your focus on what you feel stabilizes you, what you feel fulfills you. And with the Six of Acorns here, with success and triumph. You are successful in these endeavors. You are moving forward with grace and a greater understanding of yourself too. I'm hearing you're becoming more accepting of where you're at and where you would like to be, and just staying grounded in the present moment and appreciating how much progress you've made. Oh, I'm getting that so strongly. You are coming into an energy of really giving yourself credit for where you have been, what you have gotten yourself out of, internally and externally, and allowing yourself to celebrate that, because you are truly triumphant, Pile 2. But the last card here with the Queen of Crystals, she's such a grounded lady. I really, really love her, and definitely does not have to do with gender at all. I love saying lady and dude and literally any other, like, guy, any other word to describe very gender neutral things. So if I ever say lady, it's very it's very gender neutral. Queen of Crystals, comfort and prosperity. Yeah, you're figuring out, what am I comfortable with? Am I sacrificing my comfortability to make other people feel comfortable? Do I feel comfortable? And you're figuring out what boundaries maybe you need to set. Mental boundaries too, even. Of like, I am contributing to my own suffering. I'm recognizing that. How can I set boundaries with my mind to say, hey, we're gonna cut this out. Maybe we were doing a little too much self-reflection and we need more time for self-care. Maybe we're confusing self-reflection with self-care. And those mental boundaries could look like, I'm gonna set aside time for myself. Let's say for an hour each week to self-reflect, journal, what have you, because I do want to work on myself. But then for the majority of my day, I want to pour into my physical body. I want to move and be active, or I want to take care of myself mentally. And whether that's stating affirmations or doing things that make you feel safe, whether that's connecting with loved ones, communicating with the connections in your life that uplift you and support you and allow you to feel safe and loved. Pretty much anything I'm hearing, you're pouring into your comfort now, and this is where your prosperity lies. The more you pour into what allows you to fully be you, what allows you to fully feel that love and that wholeness, is increasing your abundance, not only externally but internally. You're starting to speak to yourself different. You're starting to see yourself different. You're starting to perceive and believe in yourself in a different way, in a beautiful way. And I'm hearing so many birds right now. Maybe your heart has been calling out to you for a long time to give to yourself in this way, and you're stepping into that. And holy cow, Pile 2, that is flippin' awesome. So beautiful. I am going to show you a few more cards that I got for you, Pile 2, and these ones I'm really excited for because I absolutely love this deck. It is a gorgeous art style, and I really like the messages on the back. Now, these cards come from a deck called Angels for the Modern Mystic. You definitely do not have to subscribe to the idea of angels or the divine. Definitely only feel called to resonate with messages that that you subscribe to. I definitely encourage all of those listening to be open-minded, but if something does not resonate with you, you definitely do not have to take it in that way. But there may be other messages that may resonate. Here's the first card that I pulled for you, Pile 2. I'm really noticing the feathers here first at the bottom. They're flowing down. Yeah, maybe you're allowing things that no longer serve you, energies, habits, thought patterns that no longer serve you, to float away with grace and acceptance. Oh, that's beautiful. Maybe you're accepting those parts of yourself that you could have had insecurities about previously, but you're recognizing that that is a part of you, that is what makes you whole, and that way of being may have served you for a time in your life, and now it's time to let that go with love and forgiveness. With the daisies here, there's something so playful about them. Maybe you're allowing yourself to have fun again, and you may not have done that in a while. I'm also seeing that the balloon on this card looks like the world, so maybe your view of the world is changing as well. Maybe you're allowing yourself to see things in a new light. And there's a lot of blue in this card, and a lot of orange as well, so I associate blue with healing, especially in the throat. So maybe you're finally communicating and expressing your truth verbally, and with the orange here, creatively as well, maybe. Welcome back, Pile 2. The camera cut out. I interpreted these last few cards for you, but my camera did not record them, so I'm going to do it again. I have 3 cards here for you that I am hoping to interpret. The camera cut out in the last pile too, and I guess the message that I'm getting from that is maybe your peace has been disrupted before, or maybe you've been wanting to put yourself first for a while now, and you may not have been able to because something was standing in the way of that. That could have been a person, a circumstance, a limiting belief, literally anything. Something could have been standing in the way of that. But a change occurred that allowed that blockage to be removed, and now you're able to fully move forward on what it is that is fulfilling and brings you joy. The first card you have here, I believe I began to interpret it, but I'm going to interpret these cards again. I'm not sure where I left off, but I believe I mentioned the feathers here being these limiting beliefs, these old ways of being that are now floating away, and you're releasing maybe past versions of yourself with grace and forgiveness, because you've come to recognize that while these old ways of being may have served you in the past, they served a past version of you. They no longer resonate with and no longer align with the version of you that you are becoming, that you want to be moving forward, and you're allowing old emotions, I'm hearing, that you may have repressed, that are coming up, that are resurfacing to be released. You're releasing those with grace and patience. And pat yourself on the freaking back for that, because that's a lot of work, emotionally and physically and mentally and spiritually, if we're being honest. I'm noticing also that the balloon here is the earth, I think. And that's just telling me that maybe your view of the world and how you fit into it is shifting, is changing, is elevating to a higher perspective. I'm noticing a lot of blues and oranges in this card, and blues I usually associate with the throat and healing. With the throat, I'm getting the message that communication might be really important for you right now. You may be speaking your truth for the first time, or you haven't done that in a long time, and you're starting to set boundaries with what serves you and what doesn't. Like maybe you were, and I may have said this message already, but I feel called to say it again, maybe you were dedicating a lot of time to self-reflection, thinking that was self-care, but now you've separated the two, and you're recognizing that you need to set a mental boundary with yourself when it comes to self-reflection. Like, for example, say, I want to self-reflect for an hour, you know, like once a week, but after that, I'm making time for myself to really pour into my energy and what lights me up and makes me happy, because self-reflection, of course, is important for my growth and my development, but it doesn't fill into me physically, emotionally, spiritually, and mentally in all of the ways that I need it to. Self-care will do that. for me. And I feel like that's where your focus is beginning to shift to. And with the orange being so prominent in this card, I'm wondering if that energy that you're focusing on could be how you creatively express yourself. Whether that's through how you dress, how you present yourself to the world, how you... I'm hearing, oh, this is such a strange message. It's not coming through fully, but I had also heard if you are an artist, you could be coming out of creative block as well. Interesting. I'm going to see what the back of this card says. Innocence. Rediscover natural wonder. Yeah, big time. Focusing solely on material success can narrow your perspective and cause you to lose sight of what makes you truly happy. Ask the angel of innocence to bring a sense of awe and wonder back into your life. And you definitely do not have to subscribe to the idea of angels or the divine. If that does not resonate with you, that is totally fine. You can really just focus on the word innocence here. If you feel jaded or that you are stuck in a rut, if you frown more than you smile, or if you simply don't feel engaged anymore, call on innocence to help you view the world the way that a child would. My gosh, that is such a cool and profound message. I work at a preschool, and I always feel so inspired and empowered by the kids because they live so unapologetically in their authenticity. They are so silly and so adventurous and so curious, and they explore without question. They really just go all into their joy and their fulfillment, and I think that's a very important way to live. I felt called to talk about that. That might be a message for someone. The last paragraph here says, looking at the world through innocent eyes is liberating. With this, I'm hearing you're finally setting yourself free. I think in the beginning, it might have been your pile, I said, this has been a long time coming. A long time coming. And with me mentioning a blockage earlier, that might have been a huge relief, like a weight being lifted off of your chest, your shoulders, your everything, your energy. And it was truly transformative. Whatever age you are, your inner child lives on within you. Your inner child is the part of you that is pure, innocent, creative, spontaneous. Reconnect with and nurture that inner child. Allow your inner child to help you live fully in the moment again, and to look at yourself, others, and the world around you with curiosity and trust. Yeah, maybe you're learning to trust yourself and the world more. Trust your decisions, especially the decisions you make that contribute to your peace and your joy. And get noisy about it. I'm hearing so many motorcycles and cars go by so loudly, and don't be afraid to do this, like I was saying before, unapologetically, because when you live in your truth, when you live in your authenticity, you empower others to do the same. Notice what you didn't notice before. Remove stagnant cynicism. I was also hearing criticism, so maybe you're really letting go of some negative self-talk, some negative self-beliefs. Replace boredom with the vibrant and fresh new perspective that only free-flowing feelings of awe and wonder can bring. Yeah, maybe you're learning to have more fun and really contributing more time to letting yourself play and experiment and explore what allows you to step more into that energy of flow. Yeah, less resistance is coming. That is awesome. That is awesome. So freaking awesome. I'm excited for you, Pile, too. I was getting really amped up earlier. I'm a little tired now because I'd filmed your pile a little bit, and then it didn't save in my camera, so I was super freaking bummed, but new messages are starting to come through, which is really, really cool. So definitely happened for a reason. The next card that I had for you was this Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful card here. I am noticing right away how prominent the sun is on her shirt. So this may be a time where you are allowing your heart, your joy, your happiness to shine out and empower you to stand fully in your love and your joy. Even if your environment does not support that, you're doing it with a smile. Well, that's pretty cool. Happiness. Ah, yes, bliss is your natural state. Ask happiness to remind you that bliss can be your natural state. If you define yourself by material success, if fear, stress, and sadness weigh you down, if you have forgotten how to smile, allow happiness to lighten your load and help you see delight first in yourself and then in everyone and everything around you. Yeah, your power here is coming from within. You're recognizing that the real happiness, the real joy, the real fulfillment is coming from how you view yourself, how you view what you do, how you dedicate your time and your energy. It doesn't really have anything to do with external validation or what others think of what you're doing. And that's, I'm hearing, been really, really empowering and a strong contributor to setting yourself free. Yeah, I'm hearing again, long time coming. Look beyond the material, the surface of things, and connect to what is angelic. The potential for delight is always there. Oh, a little bug. Hello, friend. I'm gonna set this guy go. I'm gonna set him free like he set himself free. Haha, like you did, Pile 2. You set yourself free and be freaking proud of that. Give yourself credit because that is really, really hard to do, and not everyone has the guts, the moxie, the nerve to do that. Props to you, Pile 2. Damn. The potential for delight is always there within you, and the more you connect with it, the more you become a magnet for joy in the world. Yeah. When you are empowered by your joy, when you live in your joy, when you're doing things that contribute to your fulfillment, you empower others to do the same. That message is coming through so, so strongly. Choose to do what makes your heart sing and know that you truly deserve happiness. Yeah, you could be stepping into this energy of, I am worthy of happiness, I am worthy of joy, I am deserving of what I find fulfilling, what brings me peace, regardless of what my external circumstances are telling me, regardless of what my limiting beliefs are telling me. Yeah. Feel deep gratitude for what is good in your life. Laugh more and try to take yourself less seriously. Yes! Share this message of natural joy. Light up the right way ahead for others by smiling with your face until your heart joins in. Oh my goodness. Yeah, I couldn't have said it better. This just further confirms the messages that I'm getting here. Even if you've had to fake it till you've made it for a while, even if you're still feeling like you're making it, you're making it. You are getting there to your natural state of fulfillment, of joy, of happiness, and the sun is setting so strongly right now, and you could really be allowing yourself to shine in this new energy that you are in, that you have stepped into. Be proud of that, Pile 2. The last card I have for you, gorgeous. I'm noticing the flowers on her hands. Everything that you touch right now, Pile 2, is planting a seed, is growing into abundance. And you're allowing this new empowered version of you to shine outward. Yeah, okay, so the flowers, the sun being here at the bottom, going up and out with the sun at the top, you're really allowing what is within to shine so that it can move outward rather than what shines outward to try to go within. I really hope that that makes sense. If you can hear my cat meowing, he agrees. Yeah, Pile 2, you are blooming. You are blossoming into this new empowered version of yourself, and you're trusting that what I'm hearing, prayed for or hoped for, wished for, the seeds that you've planted are coming to fruition. You are reaping what you have sown in more ways than one. Beautifully too. Hope. Allow hope to set your world alight. And the sun is setting right now. You guys! Life is filled with injustice, and it is easy to lose confidence. Yes. You're I'm getting so many messages at once. I appreciate y'all's patience. You may have been blocked so many times, have had so many challenges thrown at you. Powerful life circumstances may have prevented or creating the limiting belief that your fulfillment is not attainable, may have put your fulfillment off to the side. But now is the time where you're feeling hopeful again about stepping into your confidence, even after having experienced, I'm hearing, hardship, adversity. And the word injustice is coming out strongly here. You didn't let that alter your innocence, your happiness, your hope. And that is very significant. Ask hope to remind you that whenever things don't work out for you, it might be because something better lies ahead. Maybe you had this idea of how a circumstance was going to go, and it didn't turn out the way that you had hoped. You thought that something was going to be fulfilling, going to lead to your happiness, and instead you recognize that happiness starts within. That happiness has always been within you. And I'm hearing another loud car. That could just mean that your heart has been, I'm hearing, roaring at you to follow it, to listen, to tap in to what is within, because that is where the good is. You tend to manifest in your life what you believe to be possible. Yes, if you feel despondent and don't believe good things can happen, you are increasing your chances of disappointment. Positive thinking alone can't guarantee success, because there are things in life outside of your control. But if you let the angel of hope, or just hope, cultivate an optimistic mindset within you, this can give you the inner calm you need to focus on and change what is in your power to. Yeah. Pile 2 for real? I'm not even kidding. My battery died again. I think what I take away from that is this is just further confirmation that every single obstacle, hurdle, blockage, lesson that you have experienced, you have gotten yourself through, and you, more than anyone, deserve to give yourself grace and patience as you continue to pour into yourself, giving yourself the joy, the fulfillment, and the playfulness that you deserve to incorporate into your life. And a last message that I have for you that I've been doing aside from the cards is this book that I found at a book barn from my public library. It's called Water Dance by Thomas Locker, and it has such beautiful paintings in it and short messages. So I'm going to flip to a random page to find one for you today, Pile 2. When I feel called to stop, I will read you a message out loud for your pile. Ah, gorgeous. This is so pretty. In the shadows of the mountain, I am still and deep. I fill and overflow. I am the lake. And here is the painting. I don't know how well you'll be able to see it, Pile 2. But what I'm getting from this message is that you have reached new heights because of how deep you have gone within yourself, because you have done the uncomfortable. You have sat in the stillness, in the reflection, and you have allowed old emotions to pour out of you to welcome in new ones, like joy, like peace, like fulfillment. And you're allowing yourself to flow with the current as you move forward. Pile 2, this was beautiful. If any of these messages resonated with you today, please feel free, if you feel called to leave a message in the comment section or reach out to me through my email in the description box. If any of these messages that I've channeled for you today felt close to your heart, if any of these cards really resonated strongly with you, let me know. I would love to hear, and I really hope to see you again soon. This change that's coming in for you is one that you... Pile 3, hello, welcome to your pile. I have a confession to make. I started filming this yesterday, and by the time I got to your pile, my battery had unfortunately died, so it is the next day, and I am now interpreting your pile. I'm so happy to be here with you today, Pile 3. If you chose this pile, you chose the dice with the number 4 on it. And pardon my fingers, I painted my nails today. You also chose the card that says Abundance. You also chose the Magician. We'll see if it'll focus. There she goes. And you chose Hope. Such beautiful cards, Pile 3. I'm really excited to get into your messages. I think I'm going to start by talking a little bit about the number 4. From what I've briefly studied about numerology, the number 4 symbolizes stability and grounding energies to become, like I said, more stable both internally and externally, whether that's through becoming more aware of your surroundings, I'm hearing, becoming more aware of what is in your environment that pours energy into you, that allows you to feel stable, whether that's emotionally, physically, mentally, spiritually, and what drains you. I'm going to pull a few more cards for you, Pile 3, and then we're going to get into these messages for today. I have the Fool card for you here as well. I love this deck. And the Fool talks a lot about new beginnings, and the fact that I'm filming this on a new day, I'm hearing it's a new dawn, it's a new day, it's a new life, and I'm feeling good. So maybe you have started doing something new in your life, doing something that feels more fulfilling than maybe what you were doing before. This could be anything from a new job to a new hobby, habit, routine, even new thought patterns you could be cultivating. This could be an exciting time for you, Pile 3. I'm interested to see what other cards come out for you today. Ooh, okay, to start we have the King of Acorns, and in traditional tarot this would be the King of Wands, and on the bottom it says optimism and innovation. And I'll get to these messages in a moment. I'm going to lay out all of your cards. We also have the King of Crystals, which in traditional tarot would be the King of Pentacles. At the bottom here we have courage and commitment. Ah, I'm already loving the messages I'm getting for you guys. I'm very excited to dig into this. So we also have the Nine of Crystals, security and abundance. Let's see what else. Ooh! We have the World. Beautiful card. This is my favorite out of this deck. fulfillment and celebration. You could be celebrating something right now, pile 3. Maybe even just celebrating yourself. And I'm hearing you may not have done that in a while. 5 of shells. And shells in this deck would be cups in traditional tarot. Hope and readjustment. And the last 2 cards that I have for your tarot are transformation, transition, and liberation. And awakening. Ugh, another beautiful card. Renewal and enlightenment. I'm so excited to get into your messages. Okay, so pile 3. I'm gonna start with the King of Acorns here. I'm getting the sense that with this new beginning that's coming in, or that has already entered your life, you are feeling more optimistic about your future, your plans, what you are striving towards. Maybe you're setting new goals for yourself and working hard to make sure that your time and energy are going more towards those goals rather than what may have been draining you before, such as responsibilities or obligations that weren't necessarily the most fulfilling, I'm hearing. And with the King of Crystals here, courage and commitment. Yeah, you may be committing more of your time to, I'm hearing what lights you up, what you've had your eye on for a while, but maybe have not had the guts to strive for, but you're finally finding that courage and really listening to your intuition more, your gut feelings that are leading you in the direction of your fulfillment, of, you know, what lights you up. And with the 9 of Crystals here, whatever you're striving towards, whether this is a new goal, a new habit, a new way of being, it's bringing you far more security than you had before, and this could mean a lot of things. If you are creating a new routine for yourself, this could be cultivating a greater sense of safety, maybe in your central nervous system or just in your environment in general. If you are pursuing a new goal or hobby, something that maybe you're monetizing, especially if you are an artist or a musician, maybe you're on YouTube as well, and this could be an opportunity to provide you security in a new way that maybe you haven't pursued. This is something you haven't pursued before. Maybe you've pursued other avenues of finding security and stability, but ones that I'm hearing you had to give more, that took more than, I'm trying to figure out how to word this. Like, you would overgive in order to receive, but you wouldn't receive back what you gave. Yeah, the energy wasn't reciprocal, but this web that you're weaving is bringing in greater abundance, greater, it's more rewarding, I'm hearing, what you are cultivating right now. And with the World card here, this is definitely worth celebrating. Be proud of yourself, pile 3, because going after your fulfillment is not something everyone has the courage to do, and this is an interesting message. You may be feeling, stick with me here, pile 3, bigger in your body, in the sense that you're, you're not making yourself small anymore to fit into places where you don't fit in. You are creating these places for yourself. You are, that's what the message is. You are allowing yourself to take up space, and you're allowing yourself to celebrate what it is that brings you fulfillment, what it is that allows you to flow and swim through the waters of life. I'm hearing effortlessly, with ease, with joy even, and you may have had to learn to, what's the saying, dance in the rain. You may have had a lot of challenges and hurdles preventing you from pursuing your peace, from pursuing or just making changes in your life that supported your well-being rather than took from it. And with the hope card here, readjustment. Yeah, you could be readjusting quite a few things in your life right now, realigning energies in your life, habits, environments, to allow you to feel hopeful again for what you're capable of and what your future holds. And with the transformation card here, you may be feeling very free stepping into this energy. You may be feeling very liberated by these things that you're exploring, these new avenues and paths that you're pursuing. They could be allowing you to transition to new horizons. You're letting yourself spread your wings. I'm hearing unapologetically, because with the awakening card here, renewal and enlightenment, you're really recognizing how much you can shine, and maybe you didn't see that in yourself before. I'm hearing you're a lot more colorful than you thought you were, and maybe you're finding out new things about yourself that you used to love doing but had forgotten because it got pushed off to the side, or you were told that that was not worth pursuing, but now you're allowing yourself to awaken to new ideas and ways of being. Maybe you're elevating your perspectives and throwing out old belief systems that no longer serve you. Maybe for a while you believed that change wasn't possible and you would always be in the same environment, but you're allowing yourself to wake up to the idea that there is always room for growth, there is always room for change, because change is the only constant. Yeah, I'm seeing the sun and the moon here, so maybe you're also inviting in more balance to your life, and this is what is allowing you to really step into this energy of peace. Pile 3, that is beautiful. I am going to show you a few more cards that I had for you today. I pulled 3 cards from a deck that I have called Angels for the Modern Mystic, and you definitely do not have to subscribe to the idea of angels. These are mostly for guidance on how you can begin to pursue your path forward, and they could simply also be confirmation of what you are experiencing in your life right now. With this first card here, I'm really noticing the circles that are moving around his head, and I'm hearing that you may have gone through a lot of cycles, a lot of lessons, challenges even, that were meant for you to realize that the only seeds you need to be planting are the ones within, because we can be doing everything in our environment to try to reach fulfillment, and we will never feel fulfilled in that way, because fulfillment starts on the inside. And maybe through these lessons that you've had to learn, Pile 3, you are realizing that you would like to begin, or you have begun, planting these seeds within your mind, within your heart, that allow your true authenticity to shine, allow you to come back home to yourself, And I'm seeing a lot of blue and yellow here, so maybe you've been feeling more empowered lately to heal, and with the pink here also to show yourself some more love and gratitude for the seeds that you have been planting, even if they haven't fully come to fruition yet, even if you aren't fully seeing the rewards, I guess, of the progress you've been making. You will see those rewards, but at this time you're being called to appreciate the fact that you have begun to plant these seeds at all. Evolution. Oh yes, this is such a gorgeous message. Consider who you want to be. Personal evolution gives your life direction, meaning, and purpose. Growth is unavoidable. Yes, change is constant. A child will grow to become an adult, but evolution is a choice only you can make. Absolutely. If you don't feel fulfilled or think your life is heading in the right direction, chances are you are not thinking for yourself. Allow the angel of evolution, and again, if you do not subscribe to the idea of angels, we can just use the word evolution here. Allow evolution to help you reflect carefully and make conscious and informed choices that can lead you to an amazing future. Consider how your experiences and encounters can guide and inform you moving forward. Yeah, pile 3, like I was saying before, maybe you have gone through a lot of lessons that have really taught you things about yourself that maybe you needed to be woken up to. Maybe for a while you were allowing perhaps others' expectations of you to guide you, to lead you down a path that you thought would be fulfilling, but I think you begun to realize, pile 3, that maybe that was fulfilling for the people who put those expectations on you, but it wasn't fulfilling for you. And you have been, or are really being called to go within and see what it is that you find fulfilling. Ask yourself if you are truly learning and growing, or simply operating on autopilot. Remember, you are in charge of your thoughts and emotions, not the other way around. You get to decide what you think, feel, say, and most important of all, what you decide to do. To reach your potential, it is essential that you think for yourself, learn from your past, and use what you have learned to become all that you can be. Yeah, pile 3, I'm getting the sense here that you're really feeling empowered by your progress, by the growth that you have done, by perhaps even the healing that you have gone through. You're feeling empowered by all of this progress that you have made to consider what it is that you want to pursue. That's beautiful. For the second card I have for you, pile 3. Oh, I'm first noticing the moon in her hair. And when I think of the moon, I think of change, I think of nurturing. You could really be strengthening your intuition at this time. You could really strongly be listening to the guidance that is within you, what your heart is calling you to do, rather than what your mind, your logical brain is berating you to do. That's a lot louder, certainly, than our intuition. But you're becoming more disciplined, I'm hearing, in quieting the mind and letting yourself just be, because with Saturn here, I think of Saturn as the parent planet. If you subscribe to astrology, you certainly don't have to. Saturn is about responsibility and dedication, from what I remember, and yeah, you could be shifting those responsibilities, seeing responsibilities and obligations maybe from a new perspective, because this reminds me of the Hanged Man card. Maybe you're inviting more passion into your life so that responsibilities feel less like a chore and more like I'm hearing play. I'm also hearing, I guess just something that you want to be doing, something that you enjoy dedicating your time and energy to. I'm interested to see what's on the back here. Ooh, possibility. You are limitless. Yes, if you are experiencing a creative block or feel that you are stuck in a rut, allow the angel of possibility, or just possibility, to fill you with inspiration. See love and meaning not just in everything you say and do, but also in the words and actions of others and in the world around you. You may be feeling really inspired at this time, Pile 3. Fully open yourself up to any synchronicities you notice or anything that makes you think there might just be more to your life than meets the eye. Absolutely. This can be as simple as thinking about someone and then receiving a text from them, or sensing a departed loved one, then hearing their favorite song on the radio. Or perhaps you feel a flash of inspiration, a sense of awe and wonder at the beauty of nature or art, or an inner conviction that your best is yet to come. Yes, Pile 3! Sorry, Pile 3. The camera cut out. I'm not sure where we left off, but the message that I was getting strongly here is that you are really dedicating yourself to the best version of yourself. You are dedicating your time and energy to what it is that your heart's been calling you towards, what it is that you've desired for a long time and maybe put off to the side because you were serving others, but not really yourself. And Pile 3, you're stepping into this marrying era where you are, I'm hearing really feeling yourself, but also just appreciating yourself, appreciating all that you do, not just for others, but for yourself. That is amazing. The last card that I have for you, Pile 3, if I'll hold it up, if it'll let me, is this one here. I am noticing right away the white bird. So maybe you've been called in a certain direction for a while, intuitively, and you're beginning to really listen to that. You're allowing yourself to speak your truth. And maybe that's through setting boundaries, or maybe just articulating to yourself, being honest with yourself that you're going towards what empowers you. You're going towards an idea that you've had for a while and maybe have been sitting on, and you're seeing that it's possible. You're seeing that you are limitless and that nothing can hold you back if you believe it. If you believe that nothing can hold you back, then that is true. And it is most certainly a limiting belief if you are telling yourself that you can't go after this idea, this ambition, this goal. With the angel wings here on the heart, I'm getting the sense that maybe the reason you haven't pursued this is because it holds such a soft place in your heart, and you were very protective of it. But you're starting to see through the fog. I'm hearing the fog is clearing. You're starting to see that it is okay. It is finally okay to pursue it, because you know that you are protected, that this idea is protected, as long as you're staying true to yourself. Integrity, yes! Stay true to your soul! Oh my god, guys, what was I saying? Ask this angel, or just ask integrity to help you live in a manner that is consistent with your values and bring you happiness and peace of mind. Exactly! If you are tempted to bend the truth, think being honest is too difficult, or if you choose to remain silent at times when honesty is required, and I'm hearing this is especially honesty with yourself, integrity will remind you that there is no point achieving success and recognition in the eyes of the world if you lose your integrity in the process. Yes, if you are doing something to please others, doing something that you know will bring others fulfillment, but you know it will not bring you fulfillment, if you know honestly that it does not serve your peace, it only serves others' peace, then you are not serving you. You will not be fulfilled. And you're recognizing this, Pile 3, and this is powerful. Not a lot of people are able to recognize this. When you choose to live your life authentically, you become a true light. You inspire others by keeping your word and following through with your actions. The world becomes a better and fairer place because of who you are. There can be no greater fulfillment than that. Guys, I love this. Others come to know and respect you as a person who can be trusted when you let integrity into your life. Your capacity for success and happiness is limitless. The synchronicities in this pile are insane, pile 3. These were beautiful messages. I loved spending this time with you today, sharing this space with you energetically. What a beautiful energy you have, pile 3. If any of these messages resonated with you, if you felt that any of these cards had a special place in your heart, really called to you, I would love to know. I have my email down in the description box below. Feel free to reach out if anything that I've said today really connected with your soul, really connected with what you've been going through currently. Please feel free to reach out. I also would love to see your comments down below. If you had a specific card that you really felt drawn to, definitely let me know. I have one last message for you today, pile 3. I found this book at a book barn recently at my public library. It's called Water Dance by Thomas Locker, and there are really short messages inside along with beautiful, beautiful paintings. I'm going to flip to a random page just to see what messages may be here for you today. You know what? I think you have too, pile 3. None of the other piles did, so shh, don't tell them. This was the first one I felt called to for you, pile 3. Let me see if it'll focus. There we go. I passed through a gateway of high stone palisades, leaving the land behind. Cool silver moonlight sparkles and dances on my waves. I am the sea. Damn, pile 3. Here's the painting. From this message, I'm really just getting that you're allowing yourself to shine, you're allowing yourself to dance. I'm hearing just dance the dance of life, unapologetically, and you're leaving behind what really was just standing in your way, standing in the way of your authenticity, and you're letting yourself exist wholly, fully, and expansively. Let's see what the other one was. I'm really excited that you got 2 messages. I haven't had that happen before. Oh, this is gorgeous. Let me see if this will focus again. I wind through broad golden valleys, joined by streams, joined by creeks. I grow even wider, broader, and deeper. I am the river. That's powerful. I have this painting here for you, pile 3. From this message, I'm really getting that you are inviting more flow into your life because that is what's bringing you your peace. And mostly this flow I'm hearing is coming from within, and once you're recognizing that light within yourself, you're allowing it to shine outward because you've gotten to know yourself so deeply. You are able to expand, able to evolve to new heights, to new lands, new places, environments, now that you know you are limitless. Pile 3, this was a gorgeous reading. I really hope to see you again soon. Thank you so much for spending this time here today with me. I hope you have a great rest of your day, evening, whenever you're watching. Yeah, I'll see you again soon, pile 3. Bye for now.